Hello, you beautiful beardos, weirdos, and everything in between, and sights unseen. It is us, the usual lovely hosts of this strange podcast, here to illustrate to you the strange nooks and crannies of the world of the weird, that at least as it pertains to entertainment. Hopefully, we will expand beyond our borders. We will be your neighbors. We will explore the weirdness of your own life. But until then, we're here. We are Nighthawks. I thought it's someone play music.
Okay, hold on.
Play something jazzy.
With me are Thorgrim and my other co-host Joker, and there is me, Sean.
I got good news. That Gumulite is coming back to style.
Excellent. A red room. Lovely.
Thorwin, can you play the theme song of the Red Room?
No.
Damn it.
And we tried.
But I can just kind of noodle on shit for a little bit, if you like.
Noodle or canoodle with your sweet, sweet little doodle.
I kissed the neck.
Thorgrim has
anyone who couldn't see.
Thorgrim is about to play a little bit of his guitar. Today's subject, or tonight's subject, I should say, is, well, subversions of the hero's journey. The hero's journey, for those of you who don't know, was an invention of one, what's his name? Was it Joseph Campbell? Yeah, thank you. One Joseph Campbell, sociologist, mythologist, part-time anti-Semite, who had various interests in the universality of myth. Though, to be fair, he was really just expanding on essentially tales of the collective human unconscious that were more or less tackled by Jung. Also due to struggled with anti-Semitism.
Why does everybody always give the Jewish people such a hard time?
I don't know! We didn't do anything!
It's so harsh for no goddamn reason.
I wish I had answers. I truly do.
No, that's entirely fair.
You know, there's always going to be some weird intellectual out there who you'd think would be smart enough to know, well, what was in the history book. Namely, we didn't do anything because you didn't let us do anything. And now you're blaming us for the things that we clearly didn't do. Yes, I secretly ruled the world with all the money you didn't let me have. Oh, you blame me for the deprivations of Hollywood. Oh, that's because you put me out of every other business. Save for producing and screenwriting.
Driving the weight and swallowing large amounts of bread.
Indeed. For those of you who don't know, Joe is presently suffering from small polyps in his body, and the medication he's taking to treat them, well, he took spicy food with it. And he is doing what he can to try and make his upset tum-tum go num-num.
I made a mistake.
He's got the firea, the dragon ass, if you will.
Indeed.
Diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
Crossroad dung hole.
Diarrhea, cha-cha-cha. Diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
In order to sort of oversimplify, because it is an oversimplification, much of the common attributes of at least Western myth, Joseph Campbell created the hero's journey. Essentially a circular map that illustrates the typical points that a hero encounters along his quest for personal fulfillment in a story.
And for the peanut gallery, yeah, Joseph Campbell was the dude who showed up in the Rick and Morty episode.
Hence the anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
Not saying Rick and Morty is anti-Semitic. We're saying that his anti-Semitism comes up in that episode.
Yeah, no. Rick and Morty is not anti-Semitic. Now, the creator, Justin Roiland, I'm not entirely sure.
There's
Well,
so many
apparently
comic
he's like
creators and
a bit
weird people.
touchy.
Yeah.
Hold on. God damn it, Guillermo del Toro. Sorry, I just got breaking news.
What
What's breaking
what
news?
happened?
He has officially. We officially now know what's his next big project.
What is it?
What is it?
It's not at the Mountains of Badness.
Okay.
Fuck.
It's called The Buried Giant, based off of a novel by Kazuo Ishiguro. The film will be an adaptation. Okay, I don't know who this guy is, but let's see.
Could you
Here's a
say the
Google.
name of the movie again?
The Buried Giant. That's his novel.
Huh.
Hold
Does
on.
not ring any bells.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. I just read the first line of the plot, and I'm like, ah. The novel follows an elderly Briton couple, Axel and Beatrice, living in a fictional post-Arthurian England, in which no one is able to retain long-term memories. Okay, so it's Alzheimer's the movie.
Well, that sucks.
I mean, it's
Actually,
Alzheimer's the
wait,
movie by Guillermo del Toro.
From what you're telling me, it's ye olden times Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
So
you're possessed with the devils.
Okay, so it's ye olden Alzheimer's is with like an extra e and maybe an umlaut somewhere.
Yep.
Also, there's probably a missing letter because it hasn't been invented yet.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So it's like an old English, so it almost sounds kind of Viking-y, even though it's not.
In other breaking news, so sorry, HBO Max officially ordered an It prequel called Welcome to Derry.
Okay.
Huh.
It's set in 1960s, so it's a prequel to the movies. Okay, I thought they were gonna do the story of the Native Americans fighting Pennywise.
That would have been more interesting, but well,
Maybe
it's
for like a following season.
Yeah, maybe. Like, I wish they explore other myths of beyond just Pennywise, because Stephen King has to write in a lot of shit.
Well, yeah,
know,
but like
a
you
lot
got
of
you got to
people-
go with what a large general audience is gonna want.
Like,
And
I
let's
know
be
that.
honest, Pennywise is basically the Cthulhu of the Stephen Kingiverse.
Not in terms
I
of like
don't mean in
mythological
terms of
significance.
function. I mean in terms of popular culture.
He's the face, basically.
Yeah. Sadly enough, it is.
You
Not
gotta get
everyone's
down
gonna
with the
be
clown.
Look,
It's
look. I will say right away. I used to be a fan of the Nostalgia Critic, and in one of his reviews, one of these commentaries of it, his brother has one of my favorite lines, which is the fucking clown, the motherfucking clown.
That is a good line.
Yeah.
Uh,
And okay. I won't lie to you, man. I have to do a confession since I mentioned the Nostalgia Critic. When I first met Yogi, I thought he was Rob Walker because they sound very similar and they kind of look alike.
I didn't
Don't-
see that.
Don't tell that to him. He's gonna be like, "What the?" Actually, I don't know.
He's
You
gonna be
know,
like, Joe,
you're
I feel offended.
Understood. But dude, just to let you know, you could have kept that secret to your grave.
You can
Yeah,
edit this,
right.
man.
He can. Doesn't mean he will.
Right. I might, if you make it worth my while.
All right, let me drop my pants.
Anyway, apart
Wait,
from
okay,
sexual
let me do that
harassing my
again
other
then.
hosts, we also let's get back to the hero's journey. Now, the hero's journey is a gross oversimplification of what usually happens in heroic stories. And this was fine for the age of myth because even myths, it's a very, it's a very broad application of this formula. But then Star Wars came along. Then, after George Lucas made use of the hero's journey to essentially map out the major plot points for his first trilogy, every motherfucker in Hollywood decided to just make adaptations based on the hero's journey, and that's why everything started to look like fucking Star Wars ripoffs.
Truly, we did have, in fact, a monomyth.
We were consumed by greedy Hollywood producers who didn't understand that you must at least make a film interesting. There's no shortcut to it.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, creativity is dead, man. Let's rip everything off.
No,
yeah,
no,
it's
creativity ain't
quicker
dead. It's
and more
only
money.
a coma.
Wait, I gotta pop up say, is there music being played?
What?
Hold on. I can
No,
put it in
yeah,
a way
it
that
does that every once in a while.
Starting to regret letting you guys have musical instruments on right now.
No, it's great. It adds zazz to the fucking shit.
yeah,
I don't
besides,
know.
Sean. Fuck!
Hang on. I'm gonna make you feel worse.
Hey.
Okay.
What that is?
Nani?
Sorry, I had to play part of the Twin Peaks track. I'm gonna say it to you, Thorgrim. You're more talented than I am.
I just
Okay.
got a lot of practice. Don't worry about it, man.
Well, that's going on. Tell me, Joe, can you break down the basic parts that people should remember regarding the hero's journey so that they can have an easy, understandable, sexy time with us?
I can. I won't. Okay. Long story short, the hero must encounter a threat that's beyond their consideration. They must leave home, find an ally, lose something, find a master, become greater than the master, overcome evil. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, that computes. That compoops.
Yeah. Which is basically the structure. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Keep going.
Which again is basically the main structure of every single story ever. If you think about it, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, fucking Star Wars, Narnia, every fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm sorry, but it is.
No. It's applicable there. I'm not. No
Yeah,
one's going
yeah,
to
yeah.
say.
So real quick before we continue, Joe, for a second, when you said Narnia, for a second I thought you said Daria. I'm like, wait, did I miss a season?
I mean, there's one episode where she goes into TV land and she killed somebody. So
Oh, okay, so yeah, kind of applies there too. Also, I'm gonna do a surf riff.
go ahead, man, do it. I cannot hear shit, man.
Yeah, I can't hear. I can hardly hear anything.
Uh-huh.
I think you got to hook it up.
No, I just changed the effect. Hold on, let me get a different one. It's a little clearer. Is that better? Wait, let me try this.
But anyways.
All I hear is the sound of silence.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, that one.
I cannot hear shit, man.
Oh, let's try this.
Better.
Okay. Then we will stick with that for the rest of the recording.
But yeah, the problem with the hero's journey is that if you squint enough, you can see it everywhere.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking, yeah.
It's essentially that open-ended definition that like it gets twisted the more you try to find it.
Yeah. It's like trying to write an isekai that doesn't involve a truck running over somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At that point, you just written Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, but you're. I'm thinking how to say it in a polite way. Yeah, but Dungeons and Dragons can be written by anybody.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, well, it's designed to be that way.
Yeah, like again, for those of you at home, I have problems with Dungeons and Dragons. Will I ever DM it? Fuck you, no. So
That's
especially with the last bullshit that happened. But going back to the subject, now today's question is: how the fuck do you fix the hero's journey? How the fuck do you reinvent it? How to reinvent the wheel?
You know,
when I was, yeah,
it's funny you should mention that. So when I was doing my initial research, I found out there is a name for like the opposite of the hero's journey called the Grail Path. But now that I'm looking up Grail Path on my phone, all I'm seeing is a bunch of pseudo spiritual nonsense.
So
oh, by the way,
new agey shit going on there.
By the way, Sean, sorry. The movies I was asking you are Demon City and Supernatural Beast City.
Okay, Supernatural Beast City. Okay, that's a weird one, but I do recognize it. That was, I think, released through, I believe it was ADV Films back when they existed.
Wait, which one is the anime with the dude who's kind of dressed like the bad guy from Street Fighter?
The guy who's dressed kind of like Akuma?
No, the other.
M. Bison.
Yeah.
That would be Doom Megalopolis.
I was about to say, yeah.
Wait, that's one example. That's actually one thing that you can't really apply the hero's journey to. True, there's some small improvement regarding some of our cast of heroes, but in Doom Megalopolis, it's just basically a Japanese retelling of Dracula, but with an evil warlock.
I just thought of something else that you probably would be harder to apply the hero's journey to, just because the sheer number of heroes in it. The water margin.
All roads lead back to China.
Yeah,
there's like a fucking 100 main characters there.
Holy shit! Sorry, I'm just doing some googling, and there's a character I've been seeing popping up again in Japanese culture, and it's Yasunori Kato, the guy from Doom Megalopolis. And my god, he has shown up in a shit ton of shit.
Well, yeah, Yasunori Kato, Doom Megalopolis. It's all based on a series of horror novels that drew heavily inspiration from the basic structure of Dracula, not the retelling through letters stuff, but just this idea of evil coming from outside. The thing that made Doom Megalopolis so unique was that the wizard, who is dressed up as a military officer from Japan, from the Japanese Imperial Army, from the Sino-Russian War.
Well, wouldn't it be the...
No, this was back in the 1920s. 1920s.
Yeah, wouldn't that be the Russo-Japanese War?
I should have said the Russo-Japanese War. Fuck.
Yeah, because Sino means Chinese.
My bad. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I mixed up because I talked about the water margin, man.
That happens. Yeah. But essentially, he's the living embodiment of Japanese fascism coming back to bite its ass.
The state eats its own ass.
Speaking of which, all three of us, if you're interested, I would like to have a watch party for the dub of Doom Megalopolis, because it is a watch.
Yeah. Let's do that. Also,
oh, dude, like honestly, I'm going through a binge and I want to watch all those ultra violent 90s anime, like Wicked City, Doom Megalopolis, Uratsuki Doji, all that shit.
Oh hell yeah! No, we gotta do a marathon one of these days.
Right, it's a tentacular marathon.
Oh, you know what? I got it. That's next week's theme.
Oh, I love it.
Ultra violent, horny 90s anime.
Like doing a match to all the weird pornos like La Blue Girl and all that shit.
You know what? Sure, why not? Let's do the whole thing.
No normal dicks allowed. An exploration of 90s weird anime.
Yeah, is tentacles all the way down.
To be fair, my only issue when it comes to La Blue Girl is it's better when the sex isn't happening and it's just funny, sexy stuff.
It's you know what? It makes me think of I know it's not in the same line, but what's the name of that classic anime about the Oni girl by the same dude who made Ranma?
Urusei Yatsura.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like Urusei Yatsura was very much a product of its period of time. Also,
wait.
subversion of the hero's journey. Also, not a hero's journey since it's just a weird goofball romance. You can't fit it to it.
Oh yeah. And now if we do that one, we got to do the English dub of that one.
Do they all
You
have
know-
British accents?
Hell yeah, they do.
Then I'm in, baby.
It's were you not aware of this?
I was not.
What?
I saw it in the original dub, but I saw it, and this is going to date me horribly, back when it was showing on like KTEH, when it would have like anime Sundays or anime Fridays.
Okay, so there is an English dub, as in like a British English dub, and holy shit, I don't know
Okay.
how to say it. Like it's somehow even funnier.
Dude, come
Like they
on, like,
fit in a bunch of extra jokes.
Damn.
dude, come
Okay.
on. If we're talking about the greatest stuff ever, I'm sorry, Evil Bonnie. It's not because you're not even Bonnie, but it's because you were black.
Oh God, go.
Is that from Ghost Stories?
Ghost stories.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
For those
Like,
of you who don't know Ghost Stories was a mediocre supernatural kids anime where the
Fuck you, that's
dub
No.
okay.
The anime itself was mediocre, but when they dubbed it into English, they just threw out the script and said, "Fuck it, we're turning this into a South Park-esque adult comedy."
basically they did a mature version of what they did to Samurai Pizza Cats. And if you
Yeah, pretty
don't
much.
know what Samurai Pizza Cats is, well, I feel
Get
sorry
out of
for
here.
you. You are
It's okay,
deprived.
we're old.
Yeah.
We are old now. We are old.
Hey, it's better to be old and fun than to be young, boring, and not know shit.
Yeah, but it's even better to be young and fun.
That's true.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, guys. There's a hentai I saw some time ago, and I've been looking for it. Like, I only saw one scene. It involved these angel chicks fighting an eldritch horror. They were like topless, and the protagonist shows up to see how they deal with it, because apparently one of the girls is his girlfriend or something, and they are like, "Oh shit!" and trying to cover themselves. But it was very, I don't know, like it was kind of mature in a weird way. Like it wasn't
Okay.
just. It just happened that they were just naked at that moment.
I
so
don't
it was
know off
like
the
they
top
were
of my
like it was
head.
classy.
Yeah. Like it was classy. Like, my God, there's not much hentai that is classy. You know what? Fuck it.
That's
We need an episode to
impressive,
discuss
actually.
hentai.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's tomorrow. Well, that's our next meeting's plan. Hentai discussions. Also, hentai memories.
hentai.
It reminds me the first time I jacked it so raw.
Oh, it reminds me of the time I pulled a Brock Sampson just to see if I could.
For some reason, I was thinking of Tro Rababa Winner from Gundam Wing. That may explain a lot about me.
Oh yeah. Anyways, but I was thinking about characters that have defined the going like fuck the hero's journey, and in a way, there's one that came up to mind, and it really surprises me that nobody really talks about him.
Go on.
Sebastian from Neverending Story. Wait, the book, because in the book, spoiler alert, he becomes a fucking tyrant.
Ah.
Yo ho ho ho! A pirate's life for me.
No, not a pirate. He becomes fucking Vader.
Oh, a
He's like-
tyrant.
Yeah.
Tyrant. I misheard.
Yeah.
My idea was better, though. That would have been.
But he's like, fuck this world saving shit. I'm gonna go sail the high seas looking for adventure that doesn't involve me having to do anything important.
Well, no. I'm tired of seeing my friend's horse drown in mud. I'm just gonna go on the ocean where things can drown normally.
Oh, so it's just a change of pace. Okay, fair enough.
Pretty much. So basically, in the book, he becomes a reality-bending tyrant.
Yeah, he realizes this world is a fantasy, so I can do whatever the fuck I can or I want.
Huh. Kind of reminds me of the graphic novel Die.
it's have you seen this fucking like going back full circle? It's like that isekai where the protagonist is the bad guy, like Overlord.
Yeah, kind of.
Wait,
Yeah.
I got it. Bastion becomes he becomes the man emperor of man.
Funny enough, you know who stops him?
Oh,
Atreyu. He's sending a sort of suicide mission to try to kill him.
Wow.
And then I realized, and while reading the book, I kind of realized something, but I'm not entirely sure. But I'm 60% sure that the writer is German. Because my God,
German.
the book is brutal.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He is
So
German.
it's a case of
German.
once. Oh yeah, sorry.
I know that the author is German. It was originally a German story, if I'm not mistaken. And honestly, I can see why they chose to go with the softer version for like the make a kids movie, because really, they
that would be too depressing
story to make. I mean, nowadays, I think all of us agreed it would be pretty cool if you made the original version somehow.
Oh yeah. Wait, I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about German fairy tales, once there was a boy who sucked his thumbs. His mother told him not to, but he did it anyway. So she cut his thumbs off. Now he has no thumbs. Good night.
Ah, yes, the story of the Streusel Peter, the guy who goes around cutting off people's thumbs because they are sucking on them, and all of us are strangely cool about that. My God, fairy tale Germany is just full of psychopaths.
Well, yeah, it's German.
It's like they were waiting for World War II, man.
I'd almost say that it's like, oh, wow, I guess all the freaks came out. Huh. Oh, so that's why the Germans are suddenly super normal now.
I mean, dude, there's a reason why
the biggest shit ever.
Man, remember, after World War I, they became the depraved city for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to say Germans invented BDSM, but they made it popular.
Yes, harder, mein daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you, Joe, checked out basically all the hero's journey stuff surrounding Star Wars.
Not just that. I'm like, I wanted to force you to watch it with me, but I couldn't. But the other curious journey I was thinking of while doing the research is one that is on comic books, and for you comic books non-readers, we should totally check out. I mean, Peanut Gallery. Hands up, who here knows about Tim Hunter, aka What If Harry Potter Was Real?
I know about Tim Hunter. I've never actually read the books of magic.
Oh, dude, they're fucking good.
I know. And for those of you in the Peanut Gallery who don't know, yes, J.K. Rowling totally ripped off the idea for Harry Potter from a character made for the British line of Vertigo comics that actually had Neil Gaiman contribute to the overall structure.
Oh, so not only is she like a transphobic piece of shit, but she's also a hack.
Yes, but no. Gaiman has said multiple times that the problem with Tim Hunter is that he's an archetype older than Harry Potter, which is the magical child.
Okay.
But the fact that both of them happen to be dark-haired British youth that happen to have prominent glasses and are the magical child archetype.
Yeah,
that's
kind of sus.
Now, here's the thing. For those of you at home, the books of magic, long story short, they tell the story of Tim Hunter. But why is the books of magic so important for DC? For an important reason. The first book explains you the history of magic in the entire DC universe. Okay? And Gaiman does this amazing job of making every little piece of the magical universe make sense. Where Tim Hunter is taken by 4 mentors. Dr. Occult, Mr. E, the Phantom Stranger, and John Constantine, and each one of them chose them a little bit of the universe of magic from both a sociological point of view and from a more metaphysical point of view, going through the creation of the universe from the point of view of the Phantom Stranger. Yeah, I forgot to add him in the Trenchcoat Brigade. Explaining the fall of Lucifer, explaining the creations of the Endless, then going to the creation of the shit, I forgot the name. The New Gods and help me out. What was the name of the Dark Side? What's his
Apocalypse.
yeah, but what's his category? He's a new god? No. He's not a new
he
god.
is a new god. There are new gods of New Genesis and Apocalypse.
Thank you. Then going through the modern world, explaining hell, explaining the sacrifice one needs to do. And it has one of my favorite scenes with John Constantine, where, long story short, Satana takes the kid to a gathering of magicians, and all of them know that he will either save humanity or bring the end of the world. And all of them are circling Satana. And Satana might be, if you have seen the death battle of Satana versus the Scarlet Witch, you know how OP Satana is. But her, I guess, about 1 million mages in one room, including demonic beings and beings from heaven, she doesn't really have much to say. And then John shows up, and he says, "This kid is under my protection." I wanted one of the magicians to go like, "And why would you care? Because you know what I'm capable of." Zatanna might be the one who uses magic. I'm the one who uses wits. Do you really want to mess with me? And everybody's like, leave now. Because here's the thing, remember kids, John doesn't really do magic, but when he does, shit gets haywire. Now, the funny thing about the books of magic is that we explore a place of the DCU that we don't really go there. And it's very important. We go into the Land of the Fight, explaining what happened to them and how kind of they connect to the main DCEU, kind of. At some point, after the Children's Crusade, which is a massive, it's basically their Infinite Crisis with children. Tim has visions of another version of himself who has destroyed Earth. So now Tim's biggest enemy is himself from the future, starting a magical war that we see in the new Hellblazer books. So to me, the archetype of the magical child from books of magic is more fascinating than the one of Harry Potter, where he's the chosen one by de facto. But in here, he's the chosen one because he is the illegitimate son of Titania and a human. He's the Prince of Fight. And he realizes how powerful and dangerous magic is. So at some point, he will try to destroy it. And by doing that, he will destroy everything. I don't know what else to add, guys. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
We were just listening.
We just gave you the room.
Thank you. Oh, you gave me the room. Oh, hi, Mark.
Is bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
Not.
Now,
So
now,
anyways-
we all know that, oh god, the room is also a subversion of the hero's journey because there is no hero.
Hey, Tommy Wiseau said it. The room is a story about everything. I want everything to be in the story. Love and passion and cancer and maybe Johnny a vampire. Who knows?
Listen, it doesn't have everything because I never saw Johnny shoot lightning out of his ass.
He wanted to make Johnny a vampire with a floating car. But the producer said that's gonna cost too much, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I understand."
I want to make this to a 3D
You
artwork
know what?
now.
I kind of wish he had the floating car now. Like, just
I'm gonna
never
make this
explained
now.
apropos of nothing.
Oh, dude. By the way. Sorry, I have the Disaster Artist, the book. I love that book. And in an interview with Johnny, like he goes and does the Q&As for the room.
Don't you mean Tommy?
Tommy, Johnny, they're the same character.
He just sinks into the role, doesn't he?
So Red Letter Media goes to one of his Q&As, and they ask him to scream, "You're tearing me apart, George." I mean, George Lucas. But he says, "No, I can't because George Lucas is a friend of mine." And I'm like, holy shit, that makes a lot of sense.
All of a sudden, and now it all makes sense.
Everything comes full circle, like an Ouroboros sucking itself off.
Hell yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me do it again.
Anyway, what I decided to look up for my example and of a deconstruction of the hero's journey, or a subversion or something, is something that I knew would piss off Joe. I decided to take a look at a Grant Morrison comic, an artist,
God damn it.
an author that we both have a lot of love and respect for a variety of reasons, but this comic is one that Joe honestly cannot stand. He doesn't hate it, it just makes his brain bleed.
It doesn't have a fucking plot, damn it.
It does.
It makes Batman Odyssey.
I found the plot.
It makes Batman Odyssey make sense, dude.
I found the plot.
All right, before
It
you
doesn't
introduce
have
it,
one.
You can keep saying it doesn't have one, but I have the floor, sir. So I shall pull the rug out from under you.
all right, hold on. Let me introduce it real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary pals, folks of all stripes.
Were we supposed to have something? Oh yeah, Sea Guy.
I got your sea guy right here, buddy.
Your camera's not on, so I can't see, so it might as well not exist. I live in Schrodinger's bliss.
Good rhyme there. Good rhyme. Good rhyme.
I know. It happens sometimes. I'm Irish. I have the gift of gab. Oh, hoity-toity Tom. Anyway, where to start with Sea Guy? I don't want to spoil everything, but let me lay down a weird setup for the world. Imagine if every weird-ass Silver Age comic mixed with maybe a little bit of the world building of Rupert Bear. You know, the weird-ass children's comic from Britain.
I actually don't know that one, but I'm curious now.
Rupert Bear is basically the story of this British school child who just happens to be a white bear with a scarf and like a full proper British child outfit and all that, who gets into weird adventures. Like, it's not all talking animals, there are people there, but for some reason his best friend is a somewhat okay, you know what, it's not somewhat, it's a deeply racist portrayal of like an ocelopso or one of those Chinese toy breed dogs.
Yeah.
And apparently he is friends with the Emperor of China, who is still in charge of China in this world, and they can get to him by taking an elevator that takes them through the center of the earth.
Sorry, what? Okay, well now I guess I got to read that.
Actually, there's a cartoon show.
Oh, even better, I can watch it.
Also, they have a mutual best friend who is a pig, who has an American accent.
Symbolism much?
Yeah. Anyway, so the weirdness of that generally just permeates the setting. So at one point, 20 or so years ago, relative to the setting, all the superheroes, all the big-timey superheroes, either lost their powers or died fighting an entity called the Anti-Dad. And when the Anti-Dad fell onto Australia, it shattered Australia into 1,001 islands. And the Technostrich, a cyborg ostrich, managed to save humanity with the defeat of the Anti-Dad at the cost of his own life. Now it's happily ever after. And there's the hero Sea Guy, who just wants one great adventure, but his days are just spent in sort of a numb bliss that he's getting tired of, where he just spends it with his friend Charlie the Tuna, who is a cigar chomping floating tuna fish, that speaks with an impediment. And, watching a bizarre cartoon called Mickey Eye, where essentially it's an anthropomorphized eyeball doing terrible things. One day, they decide to chase their blues away by going to the Mickey Eye Park. Of course, after playing another chess game with Death, the Black Gondolier. But they always win because Death can't see color. So, black and white doesn't matter to Death. Anyway.
Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Even if you're colorblind, you can kind of. You know what? I'm asking questions that aren't going to get answered. Never mind.
Indeed. So they're over there in the Mickey Eye Park, which for some reason, although everyone goes there to have a good time, all the kids hate. Like you can see all of them crying and being like, "Arr," because it's meant to traumatize people more or less. And there's some sort of meteor shower, and they realize, my God, these piece of regolith, if I'm not mistaken, contain hieroglyphics. So they ask their friend Doc Hero, one of the last remaining superheroes who wears Agamemnon's helmet around and rides one particular ride all day because it reminds him of when he used to have the power of flight.
Oh.
And he identifies the one with the little American flag on top of it as coming from the moon. Yes, these meteors are secretly moon rocks. And this begins an adventure that somehow leads to them making a friend with a bizarre, hyper-intelligent foodstuff called Zoo or Zoe. Discovering the horrifying secrets of Mickey Eye, and visiting Antarctica, which is now covered in dark chocolate and as a means to offset global warming. Which I'm totally down with because more dark chocolate is more the win. Oh, and of course they go to the moon, where they can breathe because of heavy oxygen. And that's only in the first volume. In the second volume,
Oh God.
Sea Guy loses memories from eating forget-me-not pie. Sea Guy is forced into a mental institution where he is saved by the ghost of Charlie the Tuna.
Wait,
Then
die?
he's given. It happens in the first volume.
Okay.
Just roll with it.
All right,
And
I'm rolling
then-
with it.
And then he is given a new identity as El Macho, a bull dresser, over in like their weird Australian equivalent of Spain.
Wait, is that Charlie, who's the bull dresser?
No. Sea Guy became the bull dresser.
Okay, I'm all right.
What is a bull dresser? It's like a bullfighter, but you don't kill the bull. You dress it up in drag.
I think that's a better system. We should probably have that.
Yes, he manages to get a massive bull high off its tits on testosterone, dressed in a nice brassiere and a pair of sexy pumps.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And then finally, after regaining his memories and his outfit, Sea Guy returns back home in order to finally defeat his arch nemesis. And propose to the lady he loved, or loves, but who doesn't really know he exists. The heroine, She-Beard. Yeah, right now, for those who can't see this, Thorgrim is trying to diagram this with imaginary red thread on the great, what's the word? Corkboard of life.
Pepe Sylvia.
Oh, but I figured it out. You see, it's a subversion of the hero's journey because ultimately...
Okay.
Nilbog is goblin spelled backwards. I'm sorry.
Hold on, Thorgrim. I need to do something. Let me leave my guitar on the side because this needs full body remedies. That's right. There's a mail now. Let's talk about the mail. Can we talk about the mail, please, Mac? I've been dying to talk about the mail. I'll with you all day. Okay, Pepe Silvia, the name keeps coming up over and over and over again. Every single day, Pepe Silvia mail gets getting sent to me. So Pepe Silvia, look at the mail. I go to the box of Pepe Silvia. I said to myself, I'm gonna find this guy. I'm gonna go to his office. I'm gonna pull the mail. I've got that. I don't know why she's never gonna get it. He keeps coming back down, so I go to Pepe Silvia's, and what do I do next? What do I do? There is no Pepe Silvia. The man doesn't exist. So I decided to, oh shit, buddy, I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper. There's no Pepe Silvia. You gotta be kidding me. I got boxes full of Pepe. All right. I start marching down to the Carlos in the channel, and I know I'm gonna go. I say, I gotta talk about Pepe. And then when I open the door, what do I find? There's not a single. There's not a single goddamn desk at the office. There's no Carlos in the channel, Mike. The employees of this building are out. This office is a ghost town. Sorry, I just love that speech. Charlie Day, wherever you are, I love you, man.
Okay. Let me make sense of for all of you. I'm gonna blow Joe's mind because I'm the mindfulator. And I got a mouth made of velvet.
Good one.
Okay, man, go ahead.
Okay. Shoot. Well, Mickey Okay, so first off, all the superheroes are dead, and the Sea Guy is just doing this because he thinks it'll be a great adventure. Ultimately, it's a story that isn't about endings. It's about how endings and the focus on happily ever after kind of misses the point. Happily ever after is the way the villain gets you to not focus on the shit that you still need to do. You still need to live your life. There's still shit that's got to be done. And there's still more adventure to be had. So literally, it's a story about beginnings as opposed to endings.
And endings being new beginnings and such.
Pretty much.
And the beginning of the end is the beginning of the end.
And the
now
end
I want to watch Batman and Robin.
I am Peter Graves. Oh no, we've all gone crazy.
Crazy over the rainbow.
But can you think
crazy.
of one organization more than any other that is obsessed with happily ever after?
Is it Disney?
Yes, it's Disney. Think about it. Mickey I.
Yeah, I didn't have to think about that very long.
I know. But also, Mickey I, M-E, means me. I'm the I. I am doing an Umpala skeptic, contemplating myself here. Anyway, it's a place where apparently you are supposed to enjoy because all your dreams are coming true, but that's not true. You're just being told that, so you'll just shut up and be manageable. The main villain was the anti-dad. What is a dad? Answer. It's a parental figure. Doesn't mean it's your sperm donor. It means it's the guy who basically teaches you how to be a man. But what does Mickey I do? What does Disneyland do? It infantilizes you. It wants you to be a kid again because guess what? Keeping you dumb and happy is more manageable than actually trying to teach you to think for yourself or to be independent or to have adventure. So why does the anti-dad become Mickey I? It becomes you. You are becoming the anti-dad, and you are essentially turning you into the, it becomes circular. You are simultaneously being the thing that is exploited and being the exploiter. But even more than that, Mickey I controls the populace through mind-numbing cartoons that, when you really stop to look at them, have some very serious implications. And then, later on in the 2009 run, they dropped the cartoons in favor of reality television, where they're in the hope that they can entrap human behavior, teaching people how to behave as humans should in a manageable fashion by getting everyone to watch everyone else through never-ending cycles of reality television. Oh, also there's robot dinosaur skeletons.
Sorry, what now?
I mean, I'm sorry to say, man, but Yeah, if I want to make a story about fucking up with Disney and the happy endings, there's less confusing ways to do it.
Oh, but there's more. It's the anti-dad, the great father figure. It's basically Jesus. It turns out Disney is God, and Christianity, relying on the guilt of those who sacrificed for you, even though you never asked for it, in an effort to try and keep you in line and to tell you what happiness is, rather than let you actually find happiness for yourself.
Okay, I'm falling in love with the story.
It's about a man in his weird little world finding out that things don't have to make sense. That ultimately the status quo, the things that superheroes by the nature of the medium are constantly reinforcing, does not need to be protected. If anything, it needs to be changed. Hence why it's a story about beginnings.
He just like us, for real, for real.
So yes, Joe, I figured it out. Was it a confusing mess? Yes, but I beat it.
Okay, you know what,
Sean,
man?
are you the Buddha now? Or a
I
Buddha?
possess the fiery red eye of the one true God upon my forehead. Kneel before me as I lay waste to the kingdoms of man.
Okay, he's not a Buddha. That's not something a Buddha would say.
I have now mixed with our blue ocean. I am the economal.
Nothing I'm going to say will live up to all of that.
Dude.
It kind of works though, because like, all right, I'll jump into mine. So and I you know, I talked about this with Sean earlier, because like I was very ill prepared for this one. So I asked, hey Sean, would you say that Mandy, starring Nicolas Cage, is kind of a subversion of the hero's journey a little bit? And he said, yeah, kind of, because, you know, he goes crazy at the end. So that kind of like is a twist on it. But honestly, I don't have anything else to say, especially after all of that, because, again, how do you follow that? Sean, you should have gone last, is what I'm saying.
Look, when it comes to Mandy, number one, that's the greatest non-published heavy metal story ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And second,
I hope we get another one where it's just him, like, just going on adventures that don't make sense.
No. Have it be an animated series with timed commercials for Cheddar Goblin.
Hell yes. Okay, no, yeah, you got the right answer. And it's an anthology series with one constant.
Soon is gonna be my birthday, so Cheddar Goblin, I need it. That or the axe.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's less an axe and more like if an axe and one of those weird Klingon swords had a baby.
Yeah, you're right. It kind of is.
You had to.
Wait. Yeah, we've gone from John Candy of Gore to having Nicolas Cage fight the Gore. The Gorn.
Nicolas Cage of Gorn, Lord. Nicolas Cage is the Gorn Lord. Destined to live 1,000 years, carry the torch of rock. I really like that episode of fucking Octane Hunger Force. I don't know what to tell you.
It's fine. It's
like my favorite episode. I fucking love that. It's fucking like.
Wait, which episode?
Oh, yeah, shirt herpes. You know, the one where like Carl gets the shirt with the fucking stupid ass like album art kind of thing on it.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, well, we're gonna have to show you that one. That was one of the later ones.
That's why we only had like the first 3 seasons here.
Oh, don't you fret, buddy. I'm gonna show you that one later.
My name is Sorry.
Shang Sula, the Mike
Nah, the
Rula,
Mike
the old
Rula.
school. You want a trip? I'll bring it to you.
Wait, would you say that? Hold on. Okay. I just realized something.
Yeah.
Every Aqua Team Hunger Force episode pretty much starts with "Gentlemen, behold." We see a threat, but doesn't really impact the story. The Aqua Team never go fight it. It's more the threat goes to them. They never learn anything most of the time. Oh my god, it's the perfect I was gonna say anti-establishment, anti-hero's journey.
Oh my god, we're full circle. Accidentally. We're so good at this, whatever the hell this is.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, but we're apparently like fucking savants at it.
Yeah,
We're just really
somehow.
good at understanding how all things lead back to the thing that started.
Darkness and light entwine, everything is all the time. I like that band. That's a lyric from the band The Sword from the album Apocryphon. I'm sorry, this whole conversation has scrambled my brain, but I feel closer to enlightenment than I ever have before.
You know, that's a good feeling. I remember when I felt like that. Good times. Good times.
I remember when my third eye first opened. You never forget your first.
True that. Now, I do hope that more people will try and make things that aren't exactly following the hero's journey, because I feel that right now we need to give the hero's journey a break.
Yeah, because we've had a ton of
the rest.
Yeah, we look, we've had about like a decade and change's worth of like a lot of really big budget superhero movies, kind of nonstop. So we could probably stand for a little change of pace.
Yeah,
shake it up a little bit.
Indeed. I mean, where do we go with this podcast from here? This
You know what we're
episode?
doing. Next episode, gentle viewers. Oh no, I'm stealing other people's bits. Anyway, next episode, we're gonna talk about fucking cartoon porn, but also with cartoon violence. We're gonna talk about cartoon porn, cartoon violence, and the interesting nation of Japan, specifically during the 1990s.
I
Yeah,
love the 90s.
When studios will just give you money and say, "Shut up, do whatever."
You know,
you see,
I feel like that needs to come back, just because I want to see what will happen if we got a bunch of American animators and we just said, here are your drugs, here is your money. Go
do what you will. Do what thou wilt, but do no harm.
We only have a few stipulations. Do no harm, and it must feature this character who is clearly just Elvira, but we changed up the outfit. Not Elvira, but Vampirella, but we changed up the outfit a bit.
Now she's wearing green and she's a blonde. Shit, now I want to make that
somehow
character.
It just seems worse.
What?
I don't know why, but for some reason that just doesn't feel right.
Hang on, I'm gonna have to make that character. Her name will be
Shamrock titties? I don't know.
I was gonna say Vampire Esmeralda. No, wait, Vampirelda. It kind of sounds like Emerald.
You're making Frazetta roll over in his grave.
Oh no, Papa Frank, I'm sorry. Wait, what if we made her a redhead?
You know,
and she's a leprechaun now, so she's a short stack.
All right. Vampirella is a cool character conceptually, but the problem is that the people who own the rights right now, which is Dynamite, only use her for like
crossovers, right?
Crossover shit. I'm like,
it's like, hey, let's get her and fucking Deja Thoris and Red Sonja and who else?
Listen, unless they're going to
Shane
join
the She-Devil, that's it.
Listen, unless they're all joining a polycule, there are very few individuals who are going to be interested in this team up.
I mean, I'd kind of be into it, but you know,
I get it.
But
But
you know, I'm a weird exception.
Look, I'm gonna say when I first saw Vampirella, I said, "Oh, this is born with vampires." I was disappointed.
Yeah, really.
Here's my thing. I want to see a Vampirella anime, but it's done in the style of like Ari Cutie Honey.
But
yeah, no, that would work perfectly.
The problem is that, with all respect to the fans of the comic book, the origins of Vampirella are very fucking convoluted. So you have to start cleaning house.
Yeah, you probably have to simplify things.
I'm a weird dude. I just say she's the daughter of Dracula. She spent some time in space because of some occult shenanigans. Now she's back and she's realizing, oh, this internet thing has so much pornography on it.
Neat.
Honestly, if you're going to use Vampirella as a character, go Goofy or go home.
Oh yeah, look, she's wearing.
Have her best
she's
friend
wearing
be
a red
transsexual Frankenstein.
She's wearing a red slinkini, essentially, gloves and boots, and her slinkini has a collar.
Yeah.
That's just silly already. Let's have fun with that.
Like, have her team up with El Santo and fight the Aztec mummies.
Yeah, why hasn't anyone done that? That's perfect.
You know what surprises me?
Have her be your crazy ass Hellboy, but more funny.
Yeah, Hellboy, but funnier and with a rockin' set of tits.
You know what surprises me about Vampirella?
Hellboy kind of has a rockin' set.
About comic books, there's something that surprised me. We had a Lady Death thingy. We had the Witchblade.
Yeah.
But we never had nor Vampirella nor Taro. I forgot the name.
Taro, which is a Black Rose.
the Tarakian.
Yeah, thank you. I just read that comic book because of the ads. But yeah, we never. I wanna see a Japanese voice actor, like the guy who does Dio, saying Samantha Alexander. No, your vagina is hunted
by Dio.
Oh, like we just get Norio Wakamoto to do yet another role.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no. He might do it too, like, because he's played Deadpool before.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he played Deadpool in that weird Marvel anime thing.
Yeah, the Avengers
the heroes are stuck in Pokeballs.
Stan Lee's running on his grave.
No. Stan Lee.
No, he would be all for that shit.
Yeah, you have to remember Stan Lee, although he has his integrity, he also has a bank account.
And also, dude likes silly shit. Look, he's half the reason Marvel's as bonkers as it is.
Plus, you also have to remember he was in that stupid cartoon Stripperella.
That was partially what he made. He partially made that one too.
Here's the thing about Stripperella, though. I actually argue that the first few episodes were actually pretty good.
They just kind of like I take it like past a certain point, it's like, all right, this is getting kind of samey.
Okay, when they decided, no, you don't give the character like it had a style of humor, like a horny version of something you'd see in like a Freakazoid cartoon.
Okay.
I was thinking about Stripperella. Like, you know what? Let's do a commercial break, and we'll say let's talk about adult animation. Fuck it.
Okay. Well, hold on, guys. I think we should probably save this for the next episode.
I mean, we can start with American animation before going to porn.
Well, hold on.
Because you know what, man? I hate to say it, but one of my favorite shows is Access City Hunters. I really love the art style by I was going to say Milo Manara, because again, it's Milo fucking Manara. Yeah.
And to be fair, it's a beautifully animated show that, although it does have some slight problematic elements, it doesn't do anything that's really homophobic, transphobic, or anything like that.
Okay, so
that I'm aware of.
Okay.
We'll talk more about the sexy shit the next episode when
Yeah,
sexy
because we've been going for a while.
extremely important.
Yes. And we've been going for a bit anyway too. I think. Have we?
We've been about an hour and 43 minutes or so.
Okay, that's not bad.
Fair point. I feel though that we're missing something here.
What are we missing?
Okay. Well, like I said before, talking about subversions of the hero's journey. Okay, just to let all the weirdos and beardos out there know, I am going to be making, or at least attempting to make, a full length series, which is going to be my file the serial numbers off version of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, because there is not a chance in hell I'm going to be able to get the rights to this thing when I am just lowly poor little itty bitty me. So instead, to make sure that all the people are good and happy, we are going to try and make our own version of this, but it's not technically, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream.
Oh yeah,
Elements
on the
of
plus
comedy.
side, we can add our own spin to it.
Exactly.
Yes.
You
And
know what?
we
I
can
will
make
say
it
this:
look-
we should make a Patreon so we can get money from this. But here's the end goal: to give Phil Tippett $10 million for him to do I Have No Mother on My Screen.
Don't give away the game yet. You're not
But
supposed
what am I
to tell
supposed
them
to
that
do
until
then?
the end of the thing when we raise the money.
But guys, what am I supposed to do then? I'm trying
Um,
to make my own thing here that's inspired by it.
well, okay. All right. What we'll do is we'll still get Phil Tippett to animate, but we'll script it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Unless you want.
But the project that I'm basically starting, I'm giving the name Holy Roller.
Wait, this is going to be that?
Pretty much.
Wait a minute. Okay, so there's a problem there. I want to say at least 5 other properties have that same kind of name to it.
Yeah.
You need to go a little more esoteric with the name.
Can't I make one of the O's into a 0 and have it be all postmoderny?
Sorry, you said holy. You said holy roll, and I have to say just to play something. Fuck! Dio's gonna roll in his grave. But yeah. Sorry, Dio. Please forgive me.
We'll
Anyway,
workshop the name.
Anyway, guys, it's a working title.
Yeah, we'll
I want to
workshop.
basically combine elements of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream and Blam.
What the hell is Blam?
You don't know. Oh, Joe does not know of the glory of Blam.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well,
I actually
save
fucked
it
up
for
my
the next
throat
one
there.
because hold on. Sean, save it for the next one because my bladder's gonna explode.
Okay. For all the lovely people out there, this has been Nighthawks. This has been us talking about subversions and perversions of the hero's journey. And Thorgrim is going to leave us to go pee.
Okay.
Anyway, catch you all later, you beautiful monsters.
All right,
Hi,
thank you, everybody.
everybody.